I'm Peter Block here in Chicago at ACC 2016. For On the Scene with me is Thomas Engstrom from Copenhagen. And we have been talking about this whole issue of post-conditioning in acute myocardial infarction. A little bit of a controversial issue at best. Even Thomas agrees with that. So there's a new trial out that tried post-conditioning in STEMI. So Thomas, tell me about the trial.
Well, if you have a full occlusion of a coronary artery and you remove the clot, then you're beneficial to the myocardium because you relieve ischemia. But the reperfusion might itself jeopardize the myocardium, and this is a phenomenon we call reperfusion injury. And what we did in this study was we randomized between conventional primary PCI in STEMI and PCI in which you did ischemic post-conditioning. You created reperfusion, but after 60 seconds of reperfusion, you occluded the vessel with a balloon. After another 30 seconds, you deflated the balloon to allow more reperfusion, and this was done in a total of 4 cycles to establish a more graded and gentle reperfusion profile.
This obviously is particularly good for patients with large reperfusion injury potential. So what did you find?
Unfortunately, there was no difference between the two assignment groups with regard to the primary endpoint, which was a composite of all-cause death and hospitalization for heart failure.
Okay, so going forward, Thomas, what do you think post-conditioning means for this STEMI population?
I think it's fair to admit that there will be no general recommendation with this technique for now. But nevertheless, some patients suffer very large reperfusion injuries and they end up with large final infarcts and congestive heart failure with high mortality rates. So I think the task for the years to come is to identify those patients so we can take them out and then see if this technique will be both suitable and beneficial in these cases.
Okay, so the trick is going to be to identify those patients that will have a lot of post-perfusion injury. Thank you, Thomas.